So I often get this question. All the vinyl, the CDs, the cassettes behind me, are they all the originals, original versions, or do you also buy reissues? Let's talk about it. Hi, I'm the hip hop collector, hiphopcollector.com. So are they all original? The answer is no. That's impossible. But a lot of them are. Like the the majority of all the vinyl behind me, the CDs, the cassettes, the majority of them are originals because a lot of them I bought when they were released. For sure, the CDs behind me, you see the whole wall there behind me. That's all CDs. It goes all the way here. You don't see most of them. You don't see on the screen. I still have a lot of them packed in boxes. CDs, like 90%, even more. I think 95% are all the original ones because I bought them when they were released in the early 90s, mid 90s. I was more like a CD collector, let's say it like that, because I didn't own a turntable back then. Then came vinyl. Cool, I bought a lot of vinyl and a lot of them are original pressings. But nowadays I tend to also buy reissues. Why? Because the originals sometimes are just super expensive. Like, I'm not gonna pay that for a vinyl record. I'm not gonna pay like $2,000 to $3,000 euros for one vinyl. Where I know that for that same money I can buy maybe 50 other ones. No, we're not gonna do that. That's insane. I know that there are people that only buy original versions, the OGs, but cool. I appreciate that. But yeah, rule number one being a collector, you cannot have it all. I'm already very happy that I have a lot of originals. But sometimes it's also cool to buy a reissue one, because they sometimes look very good. Secondly, sometimes they sound even better than the original one. Some people like that, some people hate that, but the remastered versions sometimes sound really good when you put them on. So I tend to buy them. The ones that look really good, it's more... I'm not gonna buy it because it's 10 years old, 15, 25 years old, if it's just a normal version. If they release something when it's 20 years old, for example, and it's like a nice reissue with extras, remixes, new tracks, maybe a nice gatefold vinyl, well, I tend to buy that. That is cool. When they do some effort in presenting it really nice, and then putting some more extras on it, that is cool. Then I will buy it for sure. If you just re-release it like, and I have it already, okay, then it's a no-go for me. Unless sometimes, really sometimes, because nowadays everything comes in all colors, all possible colors. If the vinyl color goes extremely well with the front cover of the album, that is very tempting to buy, because then I like the colored version vinyl a lot. Doesn't always happen, because I saw incredibly bad looking vinyl that does not go well at all with the album cover. And then for me, that's no. Even if I don't have the album, I would just buy the black vinyl. It needs to be nice for me. Otherwise, it's a no-go. Even if it has all the colors of the rainbow and it does not go, no, I will not. It needs to go nicely with the front cover of the album. Rule number one for me for buying a reissue colored vinyl. No, that's very important. The sound, yes. Like I said, some people prefer the sound of the original ones. Sometimes it's a bit more raw, of course, more cracking, maybe because it's old. The new ones sound most of the time very nice, and I think when you start to collect, that's maybe the good way to start is to buy those reissues. They're most of the time cheaper and they're good quality. Let's just be honest. They most of the time have a good quality sound wise. The covers look really nice. So, well, for a starting collector, that is a good step into the world of collecting. For me personally, like I said, a lot of my vinyl is original, but I do tend to buy nowadays also reissues. For sure, for those albums that are, yeah, let's say it out of the league price wise, I'm not gonna spend crazy money for just one vinyl. I did already some crazy stuff that I thought like, why did I do that? Okay, but then in the end, it's really cool. But no, there's a limit there that I go higher for buying just one single vinyl. Um, like I said, my CDs are most of the time original ones. I don't buy that often CDs anymore. Just from time to time, when I'm in a store and I find something really nice, I always go to the secondhand stores as well to maybe find something cool. But here in Belgium, or in Antwerp, the city where I live, there are not that many shops. So CDs, it's a bit less. Cassettes, most of them are the original ones. A few reissues, not that many. But in the end, I'm happy to have a lot of original ones. I don't mind the reissues when they're really cool. I also very, very grateful for all the record labels releasing now all the albums that were shelved back in the days. So technically they are not reissues. They're just like releasing them. And they are crazy good for some albums. Like most of the shelved albums that I now listen to, I'm really thinking, why on earth were they shelved? It's just a pleasure in the ear to listen to them. On the other hand, nowadays it's really cool because, yeah, the 90s were the 90s, 80s were the 80s, crazy good decades for rap albums that were released. Nowadays, I buy less from the newer stuff, but if then they do releases now of shelved albums from the 90s, that's a pleasure to the ear. That feels so good to relive that sound again. You just hear it like, wow, the speed, the rapping, the beats. Awesome. I love it. So thank you very much to all those people doing all the effort in releasing those shelved albums. Although, like I said, they're technically not like reissues, but in a way they are like a little bit. But anyway, I want to know what you people think about reissues, about the original ones. Do you only buy original ones? Which is also cool. Some people also buy just the test pressings. That's even going back further, a step before the original ones. Test pressings, I have a few. It's really cool to have. So that's also another way to collect stuff. There's so many things to collect. Rule number one, and I will always say it, you cannot have it all. Although I try, but it ain't gonna happen. It's impossible. I need like 10 of these rooms behind me, so we're not gonna do that. Let me know. Reissues, originals. I'm really curious. Let me know in the comments. Appreciate you all. Don't forget to subscribe. See you all in the next episode. Peace.